What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Tasty Tuesday on Tasty Loot Game, the show where we talk about gaming news. My name's Seth.
I'm Josh.
And this month, the PlayStation Plus games that have been announced are Tricky Tower, which looks like a tower builder physics multiplayer game. Looks kind of interesting. And Rebel Galaxy, a game I've actually played quite a bit of. I believe you've played as well.
I played it too.
We're going to play it again, though. We got to play it a little bit more. Make sure you're coming back at the end of the month. Play those games as well if you got PlayStation Plus. See what we thought of them and let us know what you think of them.
I want my fucking $15 back.
I don't. I think it was worth $15. I'm not too worried about that. But I'm stoked to see, or other people are gonna get to play this game. It's really fun. I think you guys will like it. But with that, let's get into our first topic.
So the first bit of news is a gentleman paid $1,250 to play a leaked copy of No Man's Sky, due out on the 9th of August, which is literally in a week when this airs. So, and then he was posting videos about his journeys in No Man's Sky, and he got a lot of backlash for it. A lot of people were pissed off. Even Sean Murray, the director, he was like, you know, you're showing off my fucking game. Like, what the fuck?
It's not even out yet. There's all these surprises we won't be able to see.
Yeah, way to spoil it. And so the guy completely he felt bad. So he took all the videos down. And he stopped releasing spoilers and stuff about the game. To me, that's kind of backwards to what most people who get a leaked copy of something does. To me, that's a little weird.
Are you saying leaked or elite?
Leaked.
Okay, gotcha. I heard you say it twice now. I thought you said elite copy. I'm like, I'm not sure what that is. Yeah, it is a really interesting situation because typically when somebody just gets early copies, they show the shit off. They don't care or whatever. And he was doing the exact same thing, but I think more so this guy was just really excited and he thought people were gonna get stoked probably because he's an idiot, and he's like, I spent this amount of money. I'm going to be the dude that shows the game off first, and everybody's going to love me, and blah, blah, blah. And people are like, hey, we want to fucking play this game, too, like, when it comes out, and not have your ass fucking ruining for us. So he's probably just like, whoa, what's happening? Why are they so angry? And then Sean Murray's like, hey, our game's not out yet, and you're fucking ruining it for people.
Yeah.
Like, can you not do that?
No shit.
And he's like, I thought this guy was cool.
I'm surprised. I understand they have the servers up and running for probably, like, just because
That's
the game
the thing
is
that's weird
cool.
to me.
Yeah, it's like, why didn't they just be like, you know, and then just either shut the shit off or
ban him or fucking have PlayStation do something. Because, like, when I first heard the story, I was like, they're going to find that guy easy. He's the only guy flying around that fucking
dude
universe
in the galaxy. Yeah, like
they just track that
they're
IP.
like, oh, we found a new planet. Let's go get him. You know, and they could troll the fuck out of him for anything, even if they wanted to.
Well, there's legality problems too with him owning a copy of a game that's not supposed to be released yet.
Yeah, it's illegal. It's just straight up.
Yeah, because I know a lot of times before when game copies have been stolen and circulated, they try and track them down. Maybe Hello Games isn't like that or something, but I don't know. This whole situation is really weird, and I'm glad he stopped. But at the same time, I still think he's a prick.
Yeah, why even fucking do it in the first place?
Well, because you want to be the first one. He has expendable money,
yeah,
of course,
but that whole first bullshit, like,
what's important to him?
Yeah, but fucking, it's not like it'll probably never happen. But people need to realize it's not important to anybody else. Like, I mean, it's just.
I think it is to certain people. I think a lot of people probably will, like. The videos he released are being re-released on YouTube by other people who downloaded them. People fucking watch people beat games without ever playing it. Which is something I don't understand.
I don't.
I won't do that, but people actively do that. Patrick actively does that. I know a bunch of people who already know the whole storyline because it's a bad thing to you. To him, it's not. It's normal.
Yeah,
and for me, it's something I don't identify with. I don't think it's something I'm interested in. But to each their own. If you don't want to play a game but you want to watch it, that's whatever. So there's so many fucking people. Rob wants to know every single thing. I'm naming another person. Rob wants to know like every single little fucking thing about a game before it comes out. You're the opposite. You try and stay the fuck away from it. I'm in the middle. I want to see something that get me excited, but I don't want to see everything. I don't want to fucking feel like I played Watch Dogs by the time I I've already, like, when I first started playing it, I don't feel like I've been playing it forever because they've been showing video of it for fucking like 3 years.
Yeah, exactly.
So there's just the mid ground. Anyway, this guy is a fucking. He's that guy on YouTube who's like first.
Yeah.
That's what he wanted. That's what he paid for. The money aspect, a lot of people are like, that's a lot of money. Well, to him, it might not be much at all. We don't know. Or maybe he's such a big fan, and he's so excited for the game, they didn't care. Maybe he's bad with money, and he spent fucking that much money on a game, and now he's broke. Like, we don't know anything
now
about
he's
this
in
guy.
Ramen Town for the next fucking year.
All we know is this guy fucking is an asshole for what he did to the community.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You know, if you're going to buy a game early, keep it to yourself. That's all it all comes down to.
It's illegal, though. We don't condone that.
And it might not be illegal, but I'm pretty sure it is.
It's illegal to retailers to sell a game before their release date.
Because embargoes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, don't be a prick, people. Just wait for it to come out like the rest of us. Oh yeah, and on that note, last Tasty Tuesday, and to explain something real fast, when we film Tasty Tuesday, we normally do it earlier in the week. Do it on like a Friday or Saturday. We accumulate all the news of that week, and then we discuss it. We're not here to tell you the news. There's better people out there to tell you the news. We're not IGN. We're not GameSpot. We're not a bunch of people. We're people with opinions. So we read the news, and we want to talk about it. We want to get the conversation going with you guys. We want to know what you guys think about that news, too. So every once in a while, because of filming earlier on in the week, news changes. And so we originally reported that No Man's Sky may be using a super formula that this other company developed. And in the time that we were still releasing the episode, a lot of news came out that this isn't a thing anymore. So by the time the episode came out, everyone knows it's not a thing anymore, really. And we're still talking about it, which I think is fine because we're still discussing that news. But we are making correction, and wanted to give a shout out to Yankee6X, who commented on our episode, letting us know that this is actually not news anymore. Blah blah blah. I explained to him what the show is, and he said, "Fair call. Keep up the good work. Thanks for that. We appreciate that." But we wanted to make that correction. Sean Murray has released a tweet that said, "This is a non-issue. This is not news anymore, guys. Don't worry about it. They're not using that super formula. He doesn't even know what the fuck it is, really." So that's good. And in the episode that we talked about that, we were hoping either this isn't true, and the technology is similar, or maybe they stole it. But it's crazy to know that they didn't.
Like, this company had a super formula which pretty much did the exact same fucking thing as No Man's Sky.
Well, we don't know that.
Well, yeah.
They think it's just... Because I don't know what their super formula is.
Yeah.
They just looked at what their game does and went, they're using our technology.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. But they just... It seems crazy to me that there's two, like...
There's probably
similar texts. Yeah.
There's probably a bunch of people making shit this
like, it's just... Nobody's ever seen this ever. And now all of a sudden it's fucking up, you know, like...
It's just like VR popped out and everybody's doing
commuting or the like computing power or something like that just got to the point where shit like that could happen.
Yeah. Or just
wild.
The idea got popular and people are finally knowing how to do these algorithms. But yeah, just wanted to correct that. Thank Yankee X or 6X. And yeah, we always like feedback, so thank you. For a second bit of news, Telltale's new Batman game is going to be the first, but not the last, game of theirs to introduce multiplayer. In fact, all Telltale games from now on after Batman will have this feature, which is, apparently in Batman, you can set up almost like a voting system from 2 people to up to 2,000 people who can watch you play the game and then on a website or a URL vote for what they want to happen in the parts that you would make the decisions. So in dialogue, they all vote for what dialogue they would pick, or in decisions, they'd vote for what they would want to happen. And it allows the one that's got the most votes to be the one that carries through, which is really interesting because this is obviously a big thing for obviously if you have friends watching you play a Telltale game, but more specifically streamers. This sounds like a streaming thing, especially when it can support up to 2,000 people. This is definitely for people who are streaming a Telltale game. Really interesting, really cool to hear this is going to be in all their games going forward. I think it makes complete sense. What do you think?
It's like streamlining Twitch plays Pokemon or Twitch plays something else. Because the game is now pretty much almost on autopilot now. I mean, you can fucking, other than the movement, and there is action sequences, of course, but the whole decision is now can just be out of your hands. I mean, which
you're essentially walking the character forward.
Yeah, well, I mean, which kind of makes for a fun time because
there's also another feature to this too as well. Sorry to cut you off. You can also allow people to vote, but you still make the decision. So it's kind of like at the end of episodes in Telltale games where it tells you what people voted for. When people are streaming, or when you're streaming, the people who are watching will vote on what they wanted, and then it will let you know what they all wanted after you do your decision. So it's interactive, but you're still playing the game. So there's two different ways to do it.
Oh, that's cool. So it's not like I have no say now. I'm just walking the character.
And you have to allow it to happen too. It's not like you're just playing single player and someone just hacks your game.
Just fucking gets in
it's
there.
Not Dark Souls.
Actually, I wanted to do that. Yeah,
exactly.
That's a neat feature, and I think Twitch and fucking any other streaming service will benefit from it because it's like a neat meta game experiment almost.
Yeah.
So
I think it's fantastic too
good
because people are going to watch you. They're watching you for your personality. They're watching you play a story-driven game, but now they're fully interacting with your game with you. And I think there's almost a closer relationship in that, and the people watching you are actually interacting with the game you're playing. It's really interesting, and it'd also be cool as the person playing the game because they're doing stuff that you probably wouldn't even do. You don't even pick to do. So.
So enjoy that, Patrick. You get to actually play the game you're watching them beat.
So overall, really cool.
So for our third bit of news, Sony just recently released a pretty much quarterly financial statement from April 1st to June 30th. And it shows that 78% of all of their profits across the board comes from PlayStation 4. And that's hardware, software, and digital sales. We on a prior episode we did say that their digital sales alone are just fucking rocking it. So this makes sense to me. But it's also crazy to think that their TVs, camcorders, everything else is now just eking out a fucking 22%.
Yeah.
I mean, like, that's gnarly fucking numbers. And by the end of the console cycle, they're actually thinking they're going to sell over 100 million. And there's only a few consoles that have done that.
5.
Yeah. I mean, so, and 2 of those are PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2. So that's crazy, man. Like, your whole company went from multimedia to pretty much consoles.
Yeah, and the thing that's really interesting about this for me is I am always keeping up on like electronic companies and how they're doing or whatever, and I've watched for a long time Sony just kind of going under. The PS3 was underwhelming in its sales. It caught up eventually. Their TVs, they had so many different types of TVs. They weren't selling those either because nobody really thinks to buy a Sony TV. There's other brands. There's Samsung and there's Vizio. There's cheap and there's good. And Sony's kind of right in the middle. And they had so many different types of cameras too for a while. And something that Sony did recently, which is really smart, is they really focused on the PlayStation 4, and it shows. They're just fucking nailing. We talk about it all the time. We sound like fanboys, and we pretty much are at this point. Yeah. There's no one else to be a fan of. But also with their TVs, they fucking locked it down to like 2 types of TVs that they sell now. And with their cameras, they merged them all together and made the Alpha series where they actually shoot the show on Alpha 6000. I'm a big fan of it. I really like it. But so it is really interesting to see that this evolution in the company. They've downsized the amount of products they make. They simplified it.
They reorganized,
and they've really just supported their console, and for good reason, because if 78% of their fucking profits are from PlayStation alone, then at this point I'd say they're just a fucking game developer almost.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy.
Who makes
that,
cameras?
Yeah, that it is nice for them to see that they didn't just have that shotgun blast of other multimedia devices out.
Yeah.
You know, like cameras and digital shit and fucking.
Well, I thought Sony's going to go under there for a little bit, and then the PS4 came out.
Yeah, and then the PS4 kind of.
And then they simplified everything. Yeah.
Yeah. It's nice because Sony is a company that when they do see something and they see that it's going right, they stick with it and they fucking support that bitch, which is something that a lot of consoles aren't. You know, a lot of companies aren't doing that for their consoles.
Nintendo, Microsoft.
Yeah, it's
Supporting
just
consoles.
Yeah, it's so crazy to think that this was Microsoft. You know, just a few fucking years ago. The 360 fucking killed it.
Yeah. Yeah, and also, we've talked about this before, but whenever we're talking shit about the Xbox One, remember that the prior console cycle, the 360 was king fucking daddy shit of consoles, and the PS3 was under, and we were fucking boasting that back then. We didn't have the channel yet, but me and Josh were avid 360 players. Great games on the PS3, but the 360 was just the better console.
Yeah,
it was killing it.
Exactly.
Now the PS4 took the fucking reins back.
Yeah, and it did a complete one. It flipped, and for good fucking reason.
Before that, PS2 and Xbox, PS2 was better. I like the Xbox a lot, the original Xbox, but the PS2 overall did better.
Yeah.
But the Xbox just came out.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm really glad to see that they're moving on and they're pushing forward. They're downsizing most of their other products into just a few models. And then that way they can focus on those, make them super fucking rad.
Yeah.
Instead of just trying to, you have 15 different brands of TVs and models of TVs, and that shit gets all fucked up then.
Yeah, it's just nice to see where they were at originally. They were just kind of scrambling all over the place. Now we see just a really focused and dedicated push in one direction, and it's definitely working for them. And me and Chevy are always really adamant about we don't want to see, and you too, we don't want to see anyone fail. And it's really good to see somebody who was kind of fucking struggling there for a little bit get the fuck up and not only do well but fucking thrive.
Fucking
and I would love to see Microsoft do the same thing. I haven't given up hope on them.
I'm really hoping for a rally.
Yeah, so. Hopefully the the Xbox S or whatever,
which is already out in Australia.
And it's fucking small. It looks cool.
It's smaller than a PS4.
Yeah. But overall, really cool. Crazy numbers. I want to say I'm surprised, but in a way I'm not. It's just really...
We've been reporting on this.
Really
crazy. We've been talking about this for a long time.
Yeah.
For almost a year. It's just been Sony's crushing.
Yeah.
And then...
It's just weird to hear all that crushing takes up that much of their company,
78%. That's fucking gnarly.
That's their company.
Yeah.
Like, that's not a small number. That's not even half. That's fucking
yeah.
almost the whole thing.
Yeah, no shit, because the rest is taken by the government.
But yeah, with that, let's get into more console news. Rumors of the Nintendo NX came out a while back saying that it's going to be a handheld. Well, apparently those have been confirmed. It's supposed to be a hybrid handheld that is supposed to work with TVs, but also be able to be detached from it and used by itself. It's supposed to have controllers be able to be plugged into it. What's up?
No. I'm thinking what I'm going to say because I'm irritated with the NX.
But what do you think about these confirmed rumors? And are you excited for the NX?
Stop with the fucking gimmicks. Just stop, man. Just fucking build a console. Hooks to your fucking hooks to your shit. Look, you tried it with the Wii U. This is what it sounds like to me. Is the Wii U did the same fucking thing? You could detach it from your TV. It was a console in your fucking hands. It was a handheld, and you can use it as one. It's just I don't see how it can keep up with modern consoles now doing shit like that.
Well, this is supposed to be more powerful than Xbox One.
I don't believe so. And I honestly don't believe that it will.
I know where you're coming from completely because I get sick of Nintendo's gimmicks as well, but this is actually, especially after the Wii U, makes more sense to me than the Wii ever did. Nintendo's strength has been for years at this point handhelds. So them making a console handheld makes complete sense to me. They're hitting two birds with one stone. They're making a console. They're also making a handheld because they have to make a new handheld soon. The 3DS has been out for a while, and it's got years in it for sure, but they're going to have to look into the future of that. Why not knock out both by making handheld and a console? I think it's smart for them. Plugging in as a console on your TV makes complete sense. I've been waiting for things to do that already. I'm surprised it's just happening now. It also makes sense because I actually like the Wii U. I think it's a good console, and I think the best thing about it is the Wii Pad. And when I first played it, I was like, man, it's like they're taking ideas from their consoles and taking ideas from their fucking handhelds. The NX is literally the evolution of that. It makes sense to me. It's the next step in what the Wii U did. I fucking hate the Wii. I think it's awful. One of the worst consoles ever fucking to exist, to be honest, outside of the Virtual Boy and a bunch of other shit fucking consoles. So this makes sense. A more powerful fucking Nintendo console that will be portable. I want to know how handheld, though. Like, can it hold a charge for hours? Because if it can, that's fucking huge. Mm-hmm. That is big. If you can play fucking at-home quality console games on the go, that's a huge fucking deal. And then plugging in controllers to it and playing it at home when you get home and letting it fucking charge or whatever when you plug into the dock, that's awesome. I actually think this is really fucking cool. But Nintendo has fucking disappointed me so many times that I'm going to hold any excitement until I see the thing. But I do think this is the step in the right direction because it plays off their strengths of handheld, but it also gives us what the fuck we want from Nintendo, which is just a fucking modern day console. Not a toy, a fucking console that does not have to have its own weird third-party games that developers don't want to develop because they're already making a game. They don't make their own weird version of it for Nintendo. So they'll have the third-party games, and it can support, good graphics that look fucking, that don't look like, Dreamcast games.
Yeah, let's fucking hope, because, I literally have no excitement for the NX. I thought Nintendo completely burned the fucking Wii U, and they were wrong for that.
Oh, no, I agree with that completely.
If the point you did bring up is if you can, if I can, go to the store or something like that and sit in the car and play fucking Doom or something like that, the new one, then that's rad. That's crazy.
I'd say it'd be cool if you could be playing it right there, pause it, pick it up, and keep playing it. I don't know if they're going to do that. We don't know. But if they do that, I think that'd fucking...
Yeah.
I think they'll nail it. If they don't do that, it's a missed opportunity.
It does seem like the evolution of the Wii U. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I'm tired of the gimmicks. I'm tired of the fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
And they always seem to have to try and set themselves apart in some weird fucking way. And it's just, I think if they just made a fucking console that was compatible with those, it would sell fucking millions. And I just think that they kind of have the right outline, but then they're like, let's throw this weird shit in there.
Well, to be fair, the time that they didn't do that, they sold more. The Wii sold fucking crazy, but it's because of marketing. They marketed it to children and old people.
Yeah, oh yeah.
They're like, this isn't the fucking video games your stupid kids play in the basement. This is interactive.
Yeah,
and fucking old people are like, oh, would you look at that? Whoa.
Yeah.
And their little kids are fucking, little swinging shit around.
Playing.
But anyway, if I could scratch out of existence the fucking Wii and maybe the GameCube, because I wasn't a big fan of it. 64 is one of the greatest consoles ever made. So that's where I'm at. Scratch those out. GameCube's fine. Scratch out the fucking Wii. It was a misstep, in my opinion, in consoles. For consumers, people loved it. Some people did. Then you have the Wii U. You skip that area where they just made this weird gimmicky box. The Wii U is an actual console. In fact, most of the games are not they have the option to use the Wiimote, but it's not the point.
No.
You can play Mario Kart with a fucking controller. Mm-hmm. You can play Smash Bros with a fucking controller. It's a console again, and they took ideas from their best ideas, which is their handhelds, and they incorporated that, and the NX is going to do the same thing. So there's just this grease mark of the Wii there, and fucking I think they're back on track.
Yeah, that's that old shit stain they need to fucking scrub up.
Exactly. I was trying to say it without being too fucking grotesque, but you went there. So yeah, I think they're back on track. I think between the Wii and the Wii U, they had a lot of shit where they just weren't sure what they were doing. It's really, really shitty to see them kind of just burn, like you said, the Wii U and the people who actually enjoyed the fucking console. And but maybe the NX is what they need to get back into the console race because they haven't been in it for fucking two generations.
And like that's my biggest thing, man. Is the Wii is the NX just has to fucking nail it because for two gen they've been behind modern consoles.
Yeah,
they can't do that anymore. They have to be on par. And now they're late to the fucking party. So it's
way late, but they're not dead yet.
Yeah, so
they have to do something.
So I
imagine in the future we're playing the NX and it's a great console that we fucking love, and we go back and we go. Remember when they were like that time where they're just making really shitty stuff? Mm-hmm. And fucking making really shitty consoles and fucking. You remember that? That was so weird when they did that.
Yeah,
it'd be great if that's the future. Mm-hmm. I don't want a future where I'm like, God, they fucked up again.
Around
man.
The fucking fire with hot cocoa and a fucking NX. Yeah, that'd be
dope.
They're
portable.
Yeah,
they're all playing their NX. Fucking remember when Nintendo sucked?
Exactly. Yeah, remember when the power's out and I can play my fucking NX because it's on a full charge. Actually, fucking video charge.
With that though, let us know in the comments. What do you think about the new NX? Do you think it's a good idea? What do you think about? Are you excited for No Man's Sky? It's coming out fucking soon. We'll definitely be doing videos on that. But yeah, let us know. As always, thank you for watching though. Taste Tuesday. I lost track of where I was going with that. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this episode. Make sure to check out our other videos. We have a lot of them. Make sure to check us out on Tumblr and Twitter. Tasty Lou Gaming. Check us out on Twitch, Sleep Division. And yeah, as always, thank you for watching. My name's Seth.
I'm Josh.
And until the next episode, which is an episode on Paragon, new MOBA by Epic Games, coming out I think Wednesday or Thursday. We'll see you later. Take it easy, guys.